What is the theological concept of atonement? Have you ever wondered how the idea of atonement plays a role in our relationship with God and our families? The theological concept of atonement is all about restoring the bond between humanity and God, which can be affected by sin. In Christianity, this restoration primarily comes through the work of Jesus Christ. His suffering, death, and resurrection open the door for forgiveness and reconciliation with God. The term atonement itself breaks down to atonement, highlighting the goal of becoming united with God. At its heart, atonement tackles the issue of sin, which creates a separation from God. Sin acts as a barrier because it goes against God's holiness and justice. Atonement is the process of addressing this barrier so that healing can occur in the relationship. In the Old Testament, this concept was often illustrated through sacrifices and rituals. For example, the Day of Atonement, known as Yom Kippur, involved offerings made to cleanse sin and restore holiness. These practices were essential in understanding how to approach God with a clean heart. In Christian theology, Jesus is viewed as both the sacrifice and the one who offers the sacrifice. He fulfills and surpasses the Old Testament system. There are different explanations of how Jesus' atonement works. One theory suggests that Jesus met the demands of God's justice on behalf of humanity. Another theory states that Jesus took on the punishment for sin that people deserved. Other perspectives focus on how Jesus defeated evil and reconciled humanity through love. When it comes to nurturing family spirituality, understanding atonement can be very practical. Parents can teach their children about forgiveness and reconciliation. They can explain that because of Jesus' actions, families can seek forgiveness and grow closer to God. This encourages children to practice forgiveness in their own relationships. In family prayer practices, atonement can be a theme for prayers of confession and gratitude. This helps children learn to recognize when they have made mistakes and to ask God for forgiveness, trusting in Jesus' work. It also models humility and the importance of mending relationships, both with God and within the family. Faith-based parenting strategies can include sharing Bible stories that illustrate atonement, such as the sacrificial system in the Old Testament and the life of Jesus. These stories help children understand the connection between God's love and justice. They can relate the concept of sin and forgiveness to their everyday experiences, making it more relevant to their lives. In essence, the theological concept of atonement is about how God restores the broken relationship caused by sin, primarily through Jesus Christ's sacrifice. For families, this concept supports teaching about forgiveness, reconciliation, and God's love, which can be integrated into prayer and parenting to nurture children's personal faith development.